Rich, another encouraging performance, but at the end of the day, another defeat. You must be disappointed with the result, but aspects of the performance must have pleased you.
Yeah, we you know, I think we've stood here and spoke about effort and how we're in the game, and we did some really good stuff in that game. I think we've got to get a little bit more belief in ourselves as well. And we're a good team, and the players in there, the second team players, are shattered because they've obviously because we've lost the game. We've put a lot of effort in 2 weeks running now, and not quite got over the line, which gives us positives, and we can take a lot out of the game. But I think this group of players, they want a little bit more. I think that's the feeling we're getting, and as do I, and we'll work hard to get that right.
Talk about belief, it kind of comes from the moment the players walk out, and we got off to a really bad start today in comparison to last week where it was 0-0 at half time. 10 points down after about 10 minutes, I got it, 10-15 minutes. Not the ideal start, was it? And the crowd got on the home side's back. Probably something you were wary of before the game.
Yeah, it can be a hostile environment here, and there was incidents in the game that for both teams which weren't great. I thought in the second half we had a period of about 15 minutes where we built a lot of pressure. We got a couple of repeat sets. We had an opportunity down here, Dane Manning and Scott, and there was a 4-on-1, and if the whole complexion of the game changes there if we get over the line at that point. But we didn't, and again for the second week running we've conceded a couple of tries towards the end of the game, which I am disappointed about. We need to be better than that, and that was a disappointing element to our performance. But on the whole, for effort, I've got to mark the players at 10 out of 10 for effort. I can't. There's no way around that. The effort is very good. It's just getting a little bit smarter.
In both games, you talk about small margins. Last week there was a try we almost had, with Mitch going over nearly the end, almost put us ahead. Today, when Steve scored to put us 10 points behind, and then you talk about that inside ball by Manning not being taken, puts us only 4 points behind if that goes over. I know it's all in hindsight, but it must be pleasing that there are only small margins between, they are arguably the best two teams that you can play in the Super 8s, Middle 8s competition, and between our team as well.
Yeah, we've done it the hard way. We're playing the best first, in terms of the league table, and there is small margins in sport. Rugby league, the scrutiny between how many sets you complete and kicks, and it's a game of small margin. It is. There was the bigger picture stuff there was the effort which was there. I think as long as you've got the effort and the willingness to work for each other, that the small margins get even smaller. So I think that's something we'll look at in the week. We'll look at getting a little bit better with that, and making sure if we do get opportunities, we have to be a bit more clinical. But again, we stopped them. We stopped them over the line a couple of times. We built some pressure second half. There is a lot of positives there, and I'm probably a little bit downbeat, and I am, because I think this group deserve a little bit better than where we are at the moment.
The effort was certainly there, and it was rode on by good travelling numbers from our home fans who travelled a long way today to the game. A word on them, they were vocal throughout, and they all stayed behind to applaud the team after the game.
Yeah, and as did I. Walked over. I think it's great, our support. It's a long way to come on a Sunday, and I think we've had good away support throughout the year, really, even when we weren't doing so well. It's probably an indicator that when we started doing well, we got a little bit more support away as well. So that was good, and everybody bought into what we're trying to do here. I think there is a place for Halifax at some point in the top grade, and I think we'd have great support. We've got our home support is growing week on week. Our away support has always been good, but we'll get better. We've just got to keep looking after what goes on the pitch. And we're not too far off these teams. We're not too far off, but there's a few things there's a lot that we can get better at.
The intensity has been quite high in the last couple of weeks playing these Super League teams. How important is it carrying into next week? Sheffield away, a ground that we've got mixed emotions of when we played Sheffield last time. Probably you've highlighted as probably the worst performance of the season. But then the jubilation of getting into the top four by beating Doncaster there only a few weeks ago. You must be looking forward to that challenge.
Yeah, we are. I think the challenge for us is maintaining them levels of intensity regardless of the opposition, whether they're a Super League team, a Championship team, wherever they're from. I think when you set your standards high, you have to keep them standards high. I don't envisage us dropping our standards this week, and probably actually we need to go the other way because we've lost 2 games on the bounce. So we actually need to do a lot more regardless of what the opposition are going to throw at us. Sheffield are a very good team. They're very consistent in the Championship at our level. but it's a different competition. It's playoff football, so to speak. So we need to not just maintain the levels of intensity, do a little bit more this week, and we've already spoke about that. That's something that we will be doing this week.